Hello. Good. Hi, Paul ma'am.
Hi, good morning. How are
Good
you,
morning.
Dr. Jeevaratna?
Yeah, I'm doing great, ma'am. How are you? Nice
Well,
to have you.
same
Hi,
here.
Pratik.
Same here.
A warm welcome to both of you, and thanks for joining us for this day five session 13, where we'll be talking about health and happiness. So
Yes.
I think most of our participants are, aware that it's like one session needs to be done about what do you call it as health, mind, values, anything about which goes with healthy lifestyle. So this is aligned with the Fit India scheme of Government India, where the FDPs also should have one session which will enlighten the participants or benefit the participants to understand, certain dimensions of health, life values, or anything which goes with our, healthy lifestyle. So with this idea, we thought we'll approach Paulmi ma'am, and I have to mention that I had attended one of the sessions of Paulmi ma'am, and it was really a very nice session where ma'am made us understand within that 1 hour 20 minutes. She made us understand the significance of staying healthy, stress free, and good eating habits. She tried to spoke about various dimensions, and this was in response to the participants who were asking different questions. So probably once she is expecting you to interact, please feel free and be interactive and ask anything which is going with the title and the topic. So, with this, I welcome both the speakers for the day. Palmi ma'am will be directing and leading the session, and Pratik would be there with Palmi ma'am. Yeah. Uh, just let me know, is the profile visible to you, all of you? I'm just sharing the profile, it's getting loaded. Is it visible? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Palmi Mukherjee, she is a management graduate, ex-banker, one of the most experienced faculty with Art of Living since last 19 years. So that's almost a 2 decade. Presently, she is the director programs for Punjab mentoring around 700 instructors of Art of Living. She is also empowering thousands of youth to bring a societal reformation. She has taken Art of Living workshops in more than 100 universities or institutions. Her work witnessed at IISc Bangalore, IIM Kolkata, Northeastern, especially Assam, Manipur, and Nagaland, delivering special sessions for state government heads, graduates, local security forces, and even for insurgent groups. After LG Electronics, HDFC Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland, L&T and Mahindra Swaraj, she is now on board with the Ministry of Technical Education for Punjab and Himachal Pradesh to conceptualize and deliver effective solutions to youth related subjects ranging from drug de addiction, blossoming of human values, promoting talent and creativity, developing soft skills with technical skills. She is a frequent traveler and spends most of her time in Bangalore and Chandigarh. So, with this small, brief, we would welcome Paulmi Mukherjee, ma'am, to the session. Ma'am, the session is open for you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jeevaratna. It is indeed a pleasure. And from the day you told me that, you invited me for this session, I have really been looking forward to because Bangalore is my favorite place. So I was really looking forward to interact with you and your team from the institution. And with me, I have Pratik Taleja. He's also a very young, dynamic teacher. And together, let's undertake this journey and let's see, maybe some interesting things can come out in life. Yes? Great. So, shall we start? May I request because I really want this to be a very interactive session. It's not a lecture, you know. You may have had, undergone a lot of lectures during these, days, but this is not a lecture. This is something that we can just talk to each other. We can interact. I would love to see your interactions, your expressions. So may I request you to please switch on your videos, even if it's for some time. Let me see the beautiful faces. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not receiving any response, so it's okay. I think I shall still go ahead. I've been trained to, even talk to walls, so it's okay. Oh, thank you, Madhukarji. Thank you for switching on your videos. So nice of you. Okay, at least I have someone to interact with. Okay, great. Can this somebody? Yeah. Okay, so let's begin. The topic for today's session is health and happiness. Yeah. Okay. Now, this topic assumes more importance. Why? Because I think we are going through one of the most unprecedented times of our lives, isn't it? I don't think our previous generations or we or even our little ones who are there have ever seen something like this. Yeah. So times are very different. I would say it is difficult, but I would also see some positivity in it, because if you see lot of things have restored. For example, the nature has restored itself, isn't it? Yeah, I just drink some water. There is something going on outside. So the ozone layer, which was depleted, has now kind of restored itself. The fauna, the flora, the birds, the animals, the forests. I think a lot of the oceans, the rivers, a lot of good things have also happened. But we as human beings, this has been a great leveler. I don't know if you agree with me, but it is during these times that we actually realize the value of the love of the family, of being together, of taking care of each other. Yes. So a lot of good human values have also evolved. But at the same time, it is also important to learn to continuously upgrade our skills so that our health and happiness is intact. Hmm? What is a human life without a good health and happy heart? Isn't it? What is a human life? If I'm not happy, if I'm not healthy, then what's the point of this life, right? So, Dr. Jeevaratna, may I request you to mute
We are
it?
monitoring, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Great. Yeah. So, yeah. So coming back, so today we are going to be sharing a few things with you, which is going to maybe add on a little value to your life in terms of both health and happiness. Okay, great. So can anybody tell me, even if you write down in the chat, I'll be very happy. Yeah. So one thing that you think is really upsetting or disturbing our both mental and physical health and happiness. Can anybody tell me what is that one thing that is really kind of becoming an obstacle to living a healthy life, both physically and mentally and emotionally? Can anybody tell me that one obstacle? You can just remain muted, and you can even just unmute yourself and just let me know what you think, so that I know that someone is listening to me on the other side.
Ma'am, Atul Bhargav.
Yes, Atulji, thank you so
I
much.
think
Yeah.
the person himself is responsible.
Okay. Okay, anything else? Any other answer?
The surroundings.
Ma'am, there are answers. I'll read it for you, ma'am.
Yes, that will be
So there are
wonderful.
answers like uh, stress, fact currently in home, mindset with no
Perfect.
social like, relationships, stress, screen time, conflicts, moving out, stress,
Yeah.
stress again, mental pressure. So Sucheta says emotion. So it's I think the
You
list is
are
going on.
absolutely right. I think all the answers are absolutely right, Dr. Jeevaratna. And can I just put all this together and can I give it one name? Stress, isn't it? So emotions, our own mind, outside external pressure, our work pressure, our family relationships, and all that put together, we can say this one word called stress. I think stress is one of the most, universal words these days. It is said, our founder, Sri Ravi Shankar ji, says that stress can give competition to God. It is omnipresent now. Yeah. It is there everywhere. Even little children at home, they come and say, "Oh, auntie, oh, mummy, I'm so stressed." Yeah, these poor little things, they are so stressed. It's amazing, right? So it can give competition to God also. Yeah. So how do we eliminate stress from the life? Let's see. First of all, let us see how stress is affecting our lives. Yeah. Now, are you ready to undergo a journey with me, undertake a journey with me? Are you all ready to go a little more deeper into your lives? Yeah, how many people are ready can raise their hands or just write in the chat box. Let's see what our life is first made up of. Let's go a little deeper. So it is said that we have 7 layers of our existence. Okay, we live and express ourselves. Life expresses itself through 7 different layers. Would you like to know? Yeah, it's very interesting. Okay, so coming back, life expresses itself through the 7 layers. A lot of us may be thinking, we are just the body, yeah, or maybe we are just the mind, or maybe we are just the breath. We are breathing, we have a body, and we have a mind. So to understand life, let's go a little deeper and let's explore these 7 levels. So out of the 7 levels, the first level is our body. Yeah. Now, without this body, we can't express ourselves. We can't do anything, right? So it's a very precious gift that nature has given us. It is through the body that we live, right? Now, what keeps this body alive? Can anybody tell me? What if taken away, the body won't exist?
The
Prana.
soul.
The breath. We will come to the soul. Soul is very right. You're almost near, but that is the last level. We are going to go step by step, but very, very right you are. Okay. So it is the breath. Yeah. So, I had this t-shirt which in front said, no breath, no life. N-O. Hmm? And at the back it says, no breath, K-N-O-W. No breath, no life. Yeah. Just imagine something that is keeping us alive, but unfortunately, how much it is neglected. Yeah, we don't even know. Thank God it is involuntary. If God had told us, okay, you have to breathe, then what we would say, oh, I have no time to breathe, I have too much work. Right? Thank God nature has made it very automatic inside us, right? But we are not aware about it. When we are aware, when we have to quickly catch a, to run and take the stairs, or if we have a black dog chasing us behind and we have to run, then we are aware of the breath. Yeah. Otherwise, we don't even know there is a breath happening inside, right? Okay, let's all do this exercise, though I can't see all of you. Let's do this exercise, okay? Let's take a deep breath in and hold. And hold. And don't leave it until I tell you. Just see what's happening. Take a breath in and hold it. Don't breathe out. Hold it. Hold your breath. Hold it as much as you can. As much as you can. Don't leave it. Oh God, what's happening? Okay, now you can leave it. So what's happening? What happens if the breath stops? Can
We
anybody-
find to think, hi Palomi, this is Kalyani here.
Hi.
We find
Yes,
to channelize all our energies internally. So there's like, we stop thinking what's happening outside. Our mind is what's happening inside.
So beautiful. So by holding the breath, you got an insight into your own mind, right? So your whole mind was, all the distractions got over and you came within. And also you struggled, isn't it? You wanted to like, okay, please let me breathe now, right? Wonderful.
Definitely.
Thank you, Kalyani.
Yes.
So nice of you. So nice of you. It's so encouraging. Thank you for the answer. So lovely. So first level is the body. Second is the breath. Third is the mind. Third faculty or the third level of our existence is mind. Can you tell me what is the function of the mind? What does it do? What happens? Can anybody tell me what is the function of the mind?
It keeps receiving all the senses and keeps reacting to the environment around us.
Wonderful. So through the five senses of eyes, nose, touch, taste, hear, everything we are receiving from outside, right? And once we receive, the mind is also responding. How? By way of thoughts, by way of feelings, by way of expression, right? So the mind is that faculty in which the thoughts, emotions, feelings come. Perfect, right? So let's say if we want to differentiate between the body and the mind. So if I tell you, okay, now I am taking a bath. So which level is now taking a bath? The
Body.
body. And if I tell you, oh Kalyani, I'm so happy today. So what is happy in me? My
Mind.
correct. Beautiful. Wow. Dr. Jeevaratna, I'm very happy to be a part of today's talk today. That's enthusiastic people. Wow. Great. So the first one, let's recap, is our body, then our breath, and then our mind. There is a fourth faculty which is called, the fourth level is called the intellect. जिसको हिंदी में we say बुद्धि. So what is the function of the intellect? Can you tell me?
To decide what is wrong, what is right.
Excellent, Atulji. Beautiful. It is a decision-making faculty. It is a discriminatory faculty. For example, if I tell Atulji, will you put your hand in fire? What will you say? What will you say, Atulji? Yes, no? No.
No, ma'am.
Right?
Don't
Of course, no. Atulji saying, what is she saying? Yeah, you will not. So what in you tells that no, this is fire. If I put my hand, it'll get burnt. It is the intellect. So the discriminatory faculty, the decision-making faculty is basically the intellect. So the fourth is the intellect, right? The fifth faculty is our memory. And what is the function of the memory?
It stores all the information, good memories, bad memories.
Absolutely, all information. It is a storehouse of information. And whenever necessary, it helps you to access the memory, right? Wonderful. And there is a sixth level. So let's go back. Body, breath, mind, intellect, memory, and the sixth level is called the ego. Do you know? We say ego is bad. Ego is not bad. It is said, no, aham brahmasmi. That means the ego or the aham is a part of our existence. We cannot live without an identity, isn't it? All of us have an identity. But when problem happens, when that identity becomes superiority complex, and then people start believing, oh, I am something. Oh, I am the one who's knowledgeable. I'm always right. That kind of ego is distorted ego. We are not talking about that ego. At the same time, there is an ego which is deflated also. An ego which says, oh, I'm nothing. I'm just like, हम तो आपके चरणों के धूल हैं. I'm just like a dust particle. I am worthless. Even that is ego. And that is inferiority complex. The small, feeling less, right? But the ego that I'm talking about is our identification. So 24 hours, whatever we do in life, have you noticed there is a identification, there is a मैं that goes. कौन बोल रहा है, मैं बोल रही हूँ. कौन काम कर रहा है, मैं काम कर रही हूँ. कौन सो रहा है, मैं सो रही हूँ. Who is speaking? I am speaking. That I in me is my identification. Polemy is identifying with herself. That is called the ego. It is a part of my existence. Yeah. So let's again go back. Let's go back. First level is our body. Second is our breath. Third is the mind. Fourth is the intellect. Yeah, decision making. Fifth is the
Memory.
memory. Sixth is the ego. And the last and the most beautiful, I would say, is ourself. So remember when I asked you that body ko chalane wala kaun hai? Somebody said soul. Yeah. So right now, Kalyani ji, I think, said no, soul. Right. So seventh and the most subtle layer of our existence is the soul. So it is said when the body drops, when the breath snaps, this continues. It is the energy within us. That is why the soul is also called the spirit, the unseen energy that drives us, right? So now let's come and let me ask you another question. Before, so now we are clear about the 7 levels, yes, and their functions, yes, great. Now let us see what is stress and how stress affects all the 7 levels of our existence. Okay. So can you see the wall behind me, everyone? Can you tell me what is the color of this wall? Can anybody tell me what is the color? Pink. Right.
Light pink.
Light pink. Right. But right now, if I put red glasses on you, I remove your glasses and I put red color tinted glasses on your eyes. What will you see?
Red.
Different color.
A more darker shade of pink.
Perfect. Yeah. But in reality, what is the color of the wall?
Pink.
Isn't it? But because I have a red tinted glass, I'm seeing it as darker pink or red, right? Reality is something different. So now I want to ask you, can you give me some idea, whatever you feel is stress? Can you tell me what is stress? What is the definition of stress? You tell me now. I've given you a clue. You tell me. How will you define stress? According to you, there is no right answer. Yes.
Something which our mind doesn't want to accept, which you're not comfortable with. It could be surroundings, the sound, it could be people, the talk, anything which the mind doesn't want to accept.
So
We can
beautiful.
start tier 1.
Yes, Atulji. Yes.
Body will react in a different way.
Yes.
Breath fast. And mind is not under control.
Yes.
Intellect
Beautiful.
gone.
Yes.
Memory is connecting with the some bad part of the this, and ego
Wow.
is at the top. And
Wow.
forget about.
Let's clap for Kalyani ji and Atul ji. Wow. I think you have said it all. I don't need to say anything. So stress is the degree of difference between reality and perception. Isn't it? Reality may be something and my perception of it may be something. For example, if somebody is coming and insulting me or, showing very rude behavior, using bad words with me. Yeah. So what is my perception? Oh, this man is like this only. This woman is like this only. He's very bad. He's not a good person, right? That is my perception. But in reality, maybe that day that person would have had a very bad, incident at home. Maybe he lost something very precious. Maybe he or she had a fight with their spouses, or some bad incident may have happened. Are you getting this? But we get stressed. Like Kalyani ji said, that when we receive it, we don't want to receive that. That is a stressful mind. And another very beautiful definition of stress is lots to do in life, lots of things to do, but too little time and too little energy. So lots to do, but too little time and too little energy. I'm not only talking about the physical energy. I'm also talking about the mental tiredness, mental energy. Are you getting it?
Some other way?
Yes, yes.
Based on your teaching only.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
the alignment of all the 7 layers
Yes.
is not proper, then definitely it can be body, it can be breath also, it can be mind also,
Yeah.
it can be intellect also, or on the top ego.
Correct.
Alignment is not there in all the 7. You are bound to have stress.
So beautiful. So beautiful. And I was actually, Atulji, going on to the next level, saying that how stress affects every single level of our existence. So what does it do to the body? What does stress do to the body?
React in a abnormal way.
Yeah. So final result is disease. When there is too much stress. Yeah. Exactly. Our digestion is affected, isn't it? Our sleep is affected. Yes. Everything gets affected in the body, right? Okay. What happens to the breath? We will come to that. What happens to the mind? Yes. What happens to the mind?
Mind is not able to think what is right.
No, that is intellect. That is intellect. Our decision making ability gets affected. That is the intellect.
Mind gets disturbed and it doesn't want to receive. For every small thing, we start reacting. We're not happy with things which we are happy for.
Absolutely. So we start reacting and a lot of negative emotions come up in the mind. Isn't it? A lot of negative emotions and feeling like anger, like arrogance, like jealousy, like greed, like lust. All this keeps happening to the mind. That is why you see a stressful person, a lot of people who are in stress, you will see that they are all the time watching, they want to escape. So they watch Netflix and they will do something else and they will watch pornography. Why? Because they are not able to handle the negative emotions. So they want to vent out. Unfortunately, that is not the way. That is why we are holding this session today. Because we have something for you that you can take away for your mind. For all the 7 levels of your existence. Okay. What happens to the intellect? The intellect loses its discriminatory power. The intellect loses its decision-making power. What happens to the memory? The memory goes back and clings on to all the negative incidents in their life. Right? Normally, memory should be used just to remember things, isn't it? But then suddenly, because of stress, the memory clings on to all the negativities of the past. Oh, he had said like this to me. Oh, I suffered that loss. Oh, my children had this problem. Oh, my relative insulted me. All those things keep coming back to you like a storm, right? What happens to the ego? Then you're not natural. Have you ever seen a person who is very stressed? Have you ever seen a stressed person very natural, happy, smiling? No, no. Either it will deflate or it will inflate. So distortion in the ego will set in.
I would just like to remind you it's 10:05 now. So
Yeah,
I will remind you every 30 minutes.
that's it. Yes, that's it. Thank you so much. That's it. This was the content of my talk. And now let us look towards the solution. Now that we have discussed the problem, now that we have discussed what affects our health and happiness, would you like to learn about the solution? Yes? No? Yes? Wonderful. Okay. So do you know there is a very beautiful solution to this. The secret lies in the breath. Yeah? God has given us, nature has given us a very powerful tool called the breath, which can purify all the 7 levels. So it can remove toxins from the body. Let me tell you a very interesting fact. Okay. Now there are different ways of removing toxins from the body. Yes. So how does the body remove its own toxins? Through stool, through urine, through tears, and through sweat. Yeah. And last but not the least, through the breath, the respiration process. Right? We take in oxygen. What does the body throw out as waste?
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide, isn't it? But when we are not breathing properly, the carbon dioxide stays inside only. Until 40-45 years, the body is able to fight that toxic waste. But after 45, you will notice everybody I have seen, in every house you will see, people start getting blood pressure, people start getting diabetes, sugar problem, people start getting heart ailments, and people start getting mental ill. Because of this, they get mentally ill. So depression can set in, schizophrenia, even bipolarism. These all mental illnesses. Why? Because the fact is that 85 to 90% of our toxins, both of body toxins and mental stresses, are released through the breath. And only 10 to 15% of the body and mental toxins are released through stool, urine, sweat. Isn't it an amazing fact? You can ask any person in the medical fraternity, they will tell you. And yet, we don't attend to the breath. Yeah? So by doing the breathing, we are easily able to control the mind. Breath and mind are connected. Do you know this? Okay, tell me. When you get angry, how many people get angry? Raise your hands. I think everybody gets angry.
Yes. I request participants to enable your video.
Yeah. So, have you noticed when you get angry, how does the rhythm of the breath goes? What is the rhythm of the breath? How is it? The speed?
It's high.
Yeah,
it's high.
It is perfect, Kalyani ji. It's fast. It is high. Right now, notice the rhythm of your breath, the speed of your breath, how it is. It is
Normal.
It is normal.
It's normal.
Neither fast nor slow. Yeah. And
Yes.
have you noticed when you get very sad, you hear a very sad news. Have you noticed how your breath rhythm goes?
Palpitations, sometimes shock.
Shock. And have you noticed it becomes very long and deep, like a
Yeah.
trauma? Have you noticed when people are sick, how they do? Hmm, hmm, the sound comes from inside. The sound keeps coming from because they are breathing like that. So when you're in disease or in pain, the breath will become very slow and deep. So can you see if this is my mind and this is my breath, can you see they are interconnected? Yes?
Yeah.
Now controlling the mind is a very difficult job, isn't it?
True. Yes, of
Very,
course.
very tough job. You know, the more you try to resist the thoughts will keep coming. You know, let's say you have had a fight with some colleague, okay, and you don't want to think about that person. Have you noticed that person only will come to your mind every time, whether you're eating, whether you're sleeping, whether you're working, only that incident will keep repeating. So from the mind, we can't control the mind. So there is a very intelligent way of controlling mind. We will learn to control the breath. And once we control the breath, because the breath is connected to the mind, we will be able to control our mind. Okay. And now I would like to give you a practical takeaway. I'm going to give you 3 things today. One is we are going to do some desktop yoga. Okay. Even to do some breathing, you need some flexibility in the body. Okay. So Pratik will first, I'll give you what we are going to do now in the next half an hour. We will do 5 7 minutes of desktop yoga. So Pratik will teach you very easy stretches, which you can sit on your desk, on your chair, and you can do it 5 7 minutes. After which we are going to teach you a power breathing technique called Bhastrika. Okay. So we will breathe forcefully, okay, and take out all the stale air in our lungs. I told you, na, 90% toxins are eliminated through the breath. So we are going to take you through a deep breathing technique, power breathing technique, which will help you to eliminate the stale air, the impure carbon dioxide with force from the lungs. That is the second. And then third, we will take you through a short and sweet meditation. Are you all ready to take this journey? Yes?
Yeah.
Yes? Let's do it,
Yes.
everyone. And let us practically experience. I told you I have not come to give you a lecture. I want all of you to be healthy and happy. Because that is what even I got, even Pratik got. That's why we are today volunteers of Art of Living. Yeah. So Pratik, over to you. Let's have some fun with Pratik. Come.
Sure. So can we have a few more people on board? Yeah, you can just switch on your videos and let's make it more engaging, right? Okay, so let's begin. So just interlock your fingers, bring your arms in front, and as you breathe in, raise your arms and stretch your spine. Stretch it. Take a long deep breath in, and as you breathe out, bend towards your right side. Yeah. Feel a little stretch on the left side of your abdomen, on your waist. Stay there, stay there. And as you breathe in, come back to the center. Don't forget to keep a smile on your face. And as you breathe out, bend towards the left side. Stay there. Yeah. Bend as much as you can. A little more than that, 2 to 3% more. Yeah. And come back to the center. And as you breathe out, bring down your arms and relax. Now we'll start with a neck rotation. Since we are sitting all the day staring towards our screen, either our neck is bent towards the down or we're just staring it to the center. Yeah. So let's make a movement of our collar area. So as you breathe in, go back. And as you breathe out, drop your chin to the chest. and start clockwise rotation of your neck. Breathing in, go back from the right. And as you breathe out, come in front from the left side. Coordinate the movement with your breath. Yeah, again go back from the right and come back. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Now reverse the direction. Breathing in, you may go back from the left side. And as you breathe out, come to the front. Once again. And as you breathe out, now come back to the center. Keep your shoulders relaxed. As you breathe in, what you have to do is you have to just tilt your head on the right side. You don't have to lift your shoulders. Just make a gentle effort to touch your right ear to the shoulder. Breathing in, come back. And as you breathe out to the left side, feel the stretch in this area. And come back to the center. Yeah. So now let's release the stress that has been accumulated on our face throughout our day. So now what you have to do is place your 4 fingers on your forehead on the right side and apply a gentle pressure and move all the way all across your forehead. Yeah. Apply a gentle pressure. You can close your eyes if you want. Apply a gentle pressure. Do it 3 to 4 times. Now repeat it on the other side. From the left side, move across your entire forehead. Yeah, it releases all the stress that gets accumulated over here. So now let's straighten our eyebrows. Hold your eyebrows and straighten them like this. From the center towards the edge. Yeah, great. Now with your index finger, let's massage below your eyes like this. Wonderful. Yeah. Now let's pull our ears. Hold your earlobes and pull your ears.
You know, the ears have a lot of nerve endings. Do you know? The ears have a lot of nerve endings. So that is why when we were small, our teachers used to pull our ears so that these nerves go to the brain. So it immediately brings awareness and alertness.
Yeah. So now hold the upper side of your ear and pull it out.
With a
Sideways.
smile. Do it with a smile.
Great. Okay. Now bring your palms in front. Open them. Open your fingers wide. And now make a fist. Breathing out. Open the palms. And as you breathe in, again make a tight fist. Open your palms, stretch your fingers. And again make a fist. Now take your hands on the side. Open them.
Pratik, can you go a little further so that they can see your entire?
Sure. Yeah. So now place your palms like this on the side. Now make an effort to pull your fingers towards yourself and push your palms towards outside. Make sure you don't bend your elbow. Keep it straight at shoulder level. And gently start rotating your arm like this. Say bye to all the stress, all the restlessness and anxiety. Some of you can start feeling a sensation at your shoulder level. There can be a little pain, but we are not going to give up. Come on, keep on doing it. And as you breathe out, slowly bring down your arms and place it on your back. Great. Now, keep your palms on your shoulders and join your elbows. Now, as you breathe in, take them up, pointing towards the ceiling. And breathing out, rotate your shoulders. Breathing in, come forward. And as you breathe out, go back. Feel the complete stretch on your upper back, your shoulders, and your upper chest. Great. Now reverse the direction. Breathing in, go back. And as you breathe out, come forward. Wonderful. And relax. Now place your right hand on your left knee and your left hand behind your waist. And breathe in. As you breathe out, back over your left shoulder. Rotate from your waist. Stay there. Feel the stretch. And as you breathe in, come back to the center. Now let's do it on the other side. Place your left on your right knee, your right hand behind your waist, and look back over your right shoulder. Stay there. Keep your spine erect and come back to the center. Now we'll pump our shoulders, right? Breathing in, lift your shoulders up and drop them as you breathe out.
This is
Breathing in,
a
lift them up.
fantastic, this is a very beautiful way of draining the system of toxins. So, all the lymph nodes, lymph is basically the drainage system of our body. So when you pump the shoulder, all the toxins that are accumulated, the lymph nodes are all here, right? So by pumping your shoulder, you can actually take it out. Like just sitting on the chair only, so much can happen. Yeah. Yeah. Pratik, continue.
Yeah. So lift your shoulders as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, drop them. Breathing in, lift them up, take them all the way near your ears, and drop. Lift them up and drop. Up and drop. Lift them up and drop. Great. So now let's start shaking our hands. Shake, 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 shake as fast as you can. As if your small finger, your little finger is about to fall. It's about to break. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Faster, faster, faster. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And stop. Can you feel the sensations in your hands? That's the prana, the subtle life force. Right? Great. So now let's do Bhastrika. So now in Bhastrika, what you have to do is just keep on sitting on a chair. You have to make a loose fist. Place it in front of your shoulders. Your elbows are close to your body. You have to sit straight. Now what you will do is, when I'll say breathe in, you have to raise your hands up, all the way up, and open your palms. And when I say breathe out, you have to forcefully breathe out from the nose and bring down your hands and again make a fist. Right? I'll just show you once. Like this. It's like breathe in. Right? Clear to everyone? Okay, let's do it now. You may close your eyes. A loose fist in front of your shoulders. Sit straight. Now repeat with the count. Breathe in, out, 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 and relax. Keep your eyes closed. Place your palms on your knees. Open to the sky. Relax your shoulders. And feel the sensation that are happening in your body. Take your attention towards your breath. Notice the change that has happened. Now once again, let's get ready for Bhastrika. Keeping your eyes closed, make a loose fist, place it in front of your shoulders, elbows close to the body. First take a long breath in and exhale. Once again, take a long deep breath in and empty your lungs. Now with full force and enthusiasm, breathe in, out, 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 in and out, relax. Once again, place your palms on your knees and notice the change.
Yes, and let us now sit easily and comfortably. And we will now move into the meditation section. Thank you, Pratik. Let's all sit wherever we are, just for 5 minutes. Let's sit with our eyes closed and feel the energy that has risen. शरीर में जो भी संवेदनाएं हो रही हैं, उनके प्रति सजग हो जाएं. Feel the sensations and vibrations on your face and just observe the sudden flow of energy in the body. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, relax the body. Leave your shoulders and head loose. Relax both your arms. Relax your back, hips. Relax both your legs. Take another deep breath in with a smile. As you breathe out, let go of all efforts. Right now, we have nothing to do, just relax. Leave your computer, leave whatever you are doing right now. 5 minutes, let's take an inward journey. Keep your eyes closed. Palms on your knees, open towards the sky. Listen to all the sounds coming from your environment. Maybe the sound of traffic, or the sound of people talking, or the sound of the fan or AC in your room. Accept all the sounds and become one with your environment. सारे आवाजों को स्वीकार करके अपने वातावरण के साथ एक रूप हो जाए. Take another deep breath in. As you breathe out, relax more and more. शरीर को ढीला छोड़ दे. Let go of all efforts. This is the time to relax completely. Let's become aware of our body. Let's take our attention to our body. This body is a precious gift given to us by nature. Let us respect it. Let us honor it. ये शरीर प्रकृति की दी हुई एक अनमोल भेंट है. इसे सम्मान करें. And now Keeping our eyes closed, just mentally we will take attention to different parts of the body. First of all, we will start with the right foot. Take your attention to the right foot, daya panja, right knee, daya ghutna, right thigh and hip, daya jangha or kamar, and the whole of your right leg. Once again, breathe in. As you breathe out, relax more and more. Let go of all efforts and relax. Now let's take our attention to our left foot. बाएं पैर पे ध्यान ले जाए. Left knee, बायां घुटना. Left thigh and hip, बायां जंघा और कमर. And the whole of your left leg. Breathe in. As you breathe out, relax more and more. विश्राम करें. Take your attention to your stomach, navel, chest area, both the shoulders, right arm, left arm, throat area, your whole face, top of the head, and take your attention to the whole body from top of the head to the little toe. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, relax the body. Let go of all efforts. Relax completely. Become aware of your thoughts, if any. मन में कोई विचार आ रहे हैं तो उनके प्रति सजग हो जाए. Whether good thoughts or bad thoughts, do not try to resist them or stop them. Let it come. कोई विचार को रोके नहीं, आने दे. Simply become aware. Become aware of your emotions. अपनी भावनाओं के प्रति सजग हो जाए. Whether pleasant emotions or unpleasant, do not stop them, let them come. You simply become aware of them. चाहे भावना सुखद हो या दुखद, भावनाओं को रोके नहीं, आने दे. आप केवल उनके प्रति सजग हो जाए. You are joy. You are peace. आप आनंद हो, आप ही शांति हो. मनोबुद्धहंकार चित्तानि नाहम् न च श्रोत्रजीभे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् Once again, become aware of your emotions. भावनाओं के प्रति सजग हो जाए. Once again, become aware of your thoughts. Once again, become aware of your body and surroundings. शरीर और वातावरण के प्रति सजग हो जाए. Take a deep breath in and with a smile breathe out. And whenever you feel like taking your own time, slowly and gradually you may open your eyes. धीरे धीरे जब भी आपका मन करे, with a smile on your face, wherever you are, you may open your eyes. Welcome back. Good morning. Would you like to tell me how your mind is? How is your state of mind right now?
I don't want to come from that state.
Yeah, so beautiful, no? Just 5 minutes of breathing and 5-10 minutes of meditation can fill our 7 levels with such energy. Whenever we feel low, now you don't have to reach out for that cup of coffee and tea, okay? 1 cup is okay, but we do multiple cups, no? So now you can sit in your own chair, in the comfort of your chair, desk, home. Just 5 minutes to the yoga that Pratik taught you, the desktop yoga. Just two, 3 rounds of the power breathing, Bhastrika, breathe in and out forcefully. Let the waste from the lungs go out forcefully. And then close your eyes and do a meditation.
I had
But you
been with the Sadguru doing this,
yeah.
and with you, same feeling. When I'm doing alone, I'm not able to get
Yes.
same feeling. There is a gap. There is a big gap. I'm trying to
Yes.
bridge that gap, but there is a gap. I
No.
understood that.
So Atulji, there is a very beautiful. So what we did today was just the trailer, just a very small glimpse we did. So if you really want to go deep and want to learn more, so we have our 4-day happiness programs. Right now I'm teaching one FDP. So
I think
all the faculties of NITs all across India right now, like 120 of them right now are doing one program with me. In fact, I asked some other faculty to take a session this morning because I had committed and promised Dr. Jeevaratna that I will be here with you today. So, and they are experiencing complete change in their life. So many people are saying that their migraine headache is gone. the sugar is more controlled. So, you know, the source of all stress, attend to the mind, little breathing, little meditation, everything can. So I will definitely put forward a proposal to Dr. Jeevaratna. If any time you want to do an online program, the 4-day program that we do for all faculties, just 2 hours every day. Yeah. And there you will actually learn. So you will go, you cannot imagine the difference. Millions and millions of people in 160 countries have experienced this. I myself, I will tell you, I was so emotionally, I was in college when I did, you know, my whole life took a turn. And look at Pratik, such a young boy. Pratik is such a young boy, okay? Just 27 today. He is also teaching these programs. So Pratik, just maybe 2 lines you can share of your experience of these sessions and program.
Sure, sure, sure. Yeah. So even I happened to do this program in my first year of engineering. And since then, you know, I have seen a great transformation that has happened. Being in that student age, I was, you know, completely, you know, into all sort of things that used to happen, right? Peer pressure was there, a lot of peer pressure, stress because of the placements and everything. But see, there was a lot of energy, but it was not channelized, right? The tools and techniques that I learned in the program, they were so practical, they were so easy to implement in your daily life. When I started doing those activities, right, so I saw a significant change happening in my nature, right? Situations no longer, you know, control me when I was able to handle those things. Rather than, you know, reacting to these situations, I was better at responding them, right? So even in today, like when I'm handling clients in the corporate world, I'm able to, you know, deal with all those things in a very, you know, flexible and a very, you know, humorous way, right? It lightens up all the entire environment and things get done like this. Yeah, that is all from my side, I would say.
Wow, lovely. So this is the power, you know, of our own mind. So beautiful. So Dr. Jeevaratna, I think we can open the forum for any questions now. We still have 20 minutes.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, ma'am. I think that was on dot, and I would like to say that on the chat box you have so much appreciations. So everybody is like, ma'am, I feel like your voice is healing, all the stress and tension is, I mean, kind of gone. That's it. Shruti Harita and Naveen Paul sir
Oh,
says very relaxed. Geeta Rani
thank
ma'am says
you.
relaxing experience.
So
Sulabha
nice.
Gunjal says very nice experience. Shashwati ma'am says feeling relaxed, very nice experience.
So
And
nice.
yeah, Sulabha again says your way of sharing information is very nice. So we now
Thank
open the forum for
thank you,
questions.
Sudha. Thank you, Shashwati. Thank you, everyone. It has been my
Ma'am,
honor and my pleasure. Yes.
yeah, so Atul Bhargava says like feeling extremely peaceful, and Sahana says relaxing, and Archana says very nice. Aurora sir says good to reflect upon. Sucheta says very nice. Yeah, ma'am, I think we had a question from Kavana, who was Kavana is from my tech team, but surprisingly, she is participating today. Today is the first time I'm seeing her getting involved because today being the last day, I think she's kind of relieved. But still, suddenly when there were 2 times disturbances, she had to, come in front of the system and monitor because they're the tech team people who are helping us to run the whole show very peacefully.
Yes.
So I think like Kavana had a question like how do we? I don't recall. I just read that. What was that question? Okay, how do we? There was a question from her which I think I just missed. How do we overcome stress? How do we all can overcome from stress, ma'am? So she wants
Yes.
to know how to overcome stress.
So I will request Kavana that I can give you 7 days lecture on stress management, but that won't help, right? So till the time you do it practically. So today I think we were, so everybody did it practically, and even if it's for a few moments, you got relief from stress, isn't it? Do you agree with me? Small little, moments we enjoyed together. So Kavana, I invite you and please be in touch. And anytime you want a session, I'm available for everyone. In fact, Dr. Jeevaratna ji, you can share my number, Pratik and my number. If anybody wants to get in touch with us for even personal, we are volunteers, and we would love to offer ourselves for anybody wanting to talk to us. Okay, so do the breathing meditation. This is the technology, let me tell you, today we have technology to send rockets to the moon. We have technology to wash our clothes at the press of one button. We have technology to wash our dishes. What about the technology to wash the dirt from the mind? Yes, so this is the technology that one has to learn. You cannot avoid it for long, because a World Health Organization has already proclaimed, they have given a report that by year 2025, 75 to 80% of the world's population will suffer from some or the other mental disease. So it's right time to now attend to the mind, okay, to learn some
Ma'am,
technology. Yes.
we have two questions, ma'am. Dattatreya Reddy sir and Arora sir. So Dattatreya Reddy sir says, like, sometimes extreme happiness also leads to stress. Is that stress good or bad, ma'am? He wants to know that extreme happiness, the stress out of extreme happiness, is good or bad.
See, anything extreme is stressful in the body, isn't it? For example, you love sweets, okay? If you have too much, like I give you one rasgulla or one gulab jamun, you will love it, okay? Oh wow, you will love it. If I give you two, already the interest has gone low. Okay, let me have. By the third, you are saturated, isn't it? So I would say uh, extreme happiness is also, when you go too high, you can even go too low. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
would say let us learn the technology to keep the mind in balance. The brain has two sides. One is the right side, which is responsible for all creativity, for feelings, for emotions, right? And we have the left side, which is the logical side. Okay. So some people are too logical, too dry, too much calculative. That is a problem. And some people are too emotional. That is also a problem. So why not learn something which can balance both sides of the brain? And that is breathing and meditation. That will help you to balance. So even in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says na कि बहुत खुशी में खुशी मत हो जाओ, बहुत दुख में दुख मत हो जाओ. Be equanimous.
I think that would require a translation. We have people across India here.
Yes. So
So,
don't go into extreme happiness or extreme sadness. Have a balance. Be equanimous. Let there be equanimity in the mind.
okay,
That is the
nice, ma'am.
best state. Yeah.
And Dr. C.S. Arora sir is trying to find out, like, we were taught that some stress and conflict is good. Can Paulmi ma'am give
Sure.
her views on that?
Wonderful question. I congratulate you, Dr. Arora, for asking such a good question. In fact, all the questions are very good questions. See, a little stress is good, I will tell you. Can you tell me why? You know it, right? A little bit of stress is good because it keeps us alert. It keeps us awake. It helps us to move forward with a force. And that good stress is also called eustress. Because you're from the management background, let me tell you, eustress, EU stress, eustress, it's called. It is good. But then that eustress has to be, the quantity of that stress has to be when you need the atta. For chapati making, when you make atta, you put little bit of salt in it, isn't it? Or you make food, you put little salt. So that is very good for the food to make it tasty. But if the quantity of the salt increases, yeah, then that food you cannot eat, that chapati you will throw away. So little stress is good for you. But when that stress crosses a particular threshold limit, then all the trouble begins. Yeah, so you are right, Dr. Arora. Little stress, but वो उतना होना चाहिए जितना आटे में नमक.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Should be that much. How much salt you put, that much.
Okay, that's the, I think, nice way of understanding what's the level required. Shashwati was like, okay, she wants me to ask a question on her behalf. The question is, students do have a lot of stress, and these days they just get stuck with their mobiles and manage their stress. How do we make them stress free? Any exercises you would suggest?
So what I will suggest is that you can even do a session like this for your students. Uh, and we will probably give them an insight into their, see, because they are so occupied with their gadgets and their career and their studies that they don't know that this technology is available, you know. For a lot of youngsters today, they feel that meditation and all you should do when you're over 60. What will you do after 60? Anyway, there'll be nothing to do in life. But you need it right now. You know, that today our Art of Living youth programs are a part of the curriculum in more than 100 universities across the world. So Yale University, Virginia Tech, Harvard, Stanford, and way back in India, we all the NITs, the IITs, a few of the IIMs where I've delivered these courses, they have now made it a part of their induction. So when their batches join in for 4 days, 2 hours every day, they make them, the children and the faculties both separately, they make them do the program so that they are all equipped with stress-free mind and a healthy body in the beginning only. So they have a way out. You're right, Shashwati. So we are available. If you ever want to do a session for your children, we will be most happy because we want to reach out to more people, more youngsters.
I think virtual has made it possible for you to gain, that access without the limitation of,
Yes.
availability or something. And we
Yes.
have next question, ma'am. Dr. C.S. Arora. Okay, sir, I think that question was addressed when ma'am said like it needs to be in a right balanced way, a pinch, because you wanted to know the level of stress. How do you know that this level of stress is optimum? And should we be worried only after that level? That's his question, ma'am. If you have, sir, you want to say something? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you should unmute, sir. Arora, sir, you should unmute. Yeah. So it's not audible. Uh, so we couldn't hear you.
Okay, so maybe I can answer. I have understood what Arora sir wants to ask.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so he is asking that what is that threshold? You know what is that threshold? The body and the mind is very, it will tell you that okay, this is the limit. You will suddenly see that your mind is wavering between the past and future too much. It is not focused. So that is one indication. Second, your digestion will become very, you will eat and you will not be able to digest the food properly. Constipation can set in. Okay. Number three, that your sleep pattern has changed. At night, you will not sleep, you will know. But why wait? Why not inculcate a mental hygiene? Like, you know, we don't brush our teeth when the teeth gets dirty, no? We do it every day, whether it is dirty or not. It is a part of our routine. So that is dental hygiene. So a little bit of breathing and a little bit of meditation and exercises is your mental hygiene, right? So why not maintain the mental hygiene as a part of your dincharya? Dincharya is your routine. Yeah. So every morning you do that. If morning you have missed out, doesn't matter after college hours. And now online we've given you desktop only, everything on the chair. So you can do it in the office hours also.
Okay, I think with that, there is also one comment from Rupam Soni. She wants to mention that she's been doing meditation since the age of 5. It is an activity that connects me to God. Thank you for this session. And she's going ahead and sharing. Recently, my university has signed a MOU with Heartfulness for value-based education. That's really appreciable, ma'am. Fantastic.
Wow.
And Aurora sir also agrees that even after 60 we have to live life. And yeah, then there is a blink emoji. Okay. Yeah, Satish sir is appreciating, saying good morning, ma'am. Very nice session, ma'am. I've shared your phone number and phone number details on the
Also
thing.
my
There is
email.
one question. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
One question from Devendran sir. How far music helps in stress? I hope
Oh,
he's trying to find out to beat stress.
see, when you are doing music, your mind is in the present moment, isn't it? You cannot think of the past and play or sing. You cannot think of the future. So when you are singing or you're playing some instrument or yourself, if you're listening, then your mind can go here and there. Yeah. So music has its great advantage. It is also a
Screenshot.
part of the sadhana. It is also a part of the sadhana, no doubt about. But the effect of it is, I will say, very good. But coupled with a little meditation and breathing, uh, it will multiply. So music is also beautiful. So if I am stressed and I play music, so from some external source, maybe my mind cannot become calm. But if I do my breathing, because the breath, I just told you the technology, the mind and breath is connected. So when you do some breathing, then the mind pattern can change. And then you enjoy the music more. That is also there. Sure.
Ma'am, I just want to add one more point to my
Yes,
fellow
Kalyani.
participant. Yeah, on
Yes.
the music side. See, music and arts like dance and music, until your body and mind are on the same platform, you can't perform. Number one, listening could be
Beautiful.
passive, but if you have to practice anything or if you have to sing, until your mind and body is balanced and all your thoughts are kept away, until your mind is completely focused on that raga, you really can't play, whether it's on instrument or if you sing. And when you do that with your complete soul in it, you are completely transformed into another world. And when you come back, that's only when you see people appreciating or there are people listening, all your rasikas. This is my personal experience because I've been training myself until this pandemic in Carnatic vocal, and I really enjoy that. I think I've beaten lots of stress by getting into music. And one thing, whenever I'm disturbed, I would like to get back to that. Leave everything and you're into that. And when you're really into
Wow.
that, I don't know how the time passes. It's like 2 hours, 3 hours. I had so much of capability to sit and do that. I never knew. Probably I
Wow.
wouldn't do that while meditating. But yeah, music is something which will really bring you away from lots of things. Rather than listening, if you try to get into it, then definitely.
Kalyani ma'am,
Just
I have a small request today from my side. Will
yeah.
you sing 2 lines for all of us today? Let's end it on a very musical note.
No, 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 not now.
Just 2 lines of any pure favorite.
Oh,
Please,
no, no,
please.
not in front of so many audiences. Well, I
Ma'am, you
had my
can mute your video. You can disable your video and sing as if nobody is around you.
come on, people are there
Just
sitting.
keep the audio. No, we'll only listen, ma'am. I'll tell you, ma'am, what happens is I do not know any music, though my parents wanted me to learn all this Carnatic traditional music and all. They made an effort to send me to these classes very early. But I went for 1 year, 2 year, and after that, one day when I was very enthusiastic and I was singing, my dad was like, why are you making a very, struggling effort to sing? Because I understood that was not for me. Probably I was not getting into it. It requires a lot of dedication, practice, and even one should get involved with that. So
Yes.
today I understand all those things. And that was a period where I was thinking my parents are forcefully sending me. Today I can listen to any kind of music. So I really enjoy. But I'm not able to sing that though I want to sing. So I request you because you have that, talent.
No, I would love to, but thing is, now our lives are packed in rooms. I have my husband taking his conference call,
Oh,
and
sorry.
my son is taking school. So if I start singing, he comes back to me and he says, "What are you doing?" So when I'm talking to you only, he says, "Why are you so loud? Please sit down." So most of the times I'm suggesting starting is not right.
Okay. Yeah. Ma'am, then again, there is one, Kavana, you have to move.
Ah,
And Pradeep Singh sirs under TechWhip 3 Art of Living has signed MOU with all BTech colleges under World Bank project. I
correct.
think that's right. Thanks for sharing that information, sir. And Ravindra Kumar sir wants to know, madam, how to motivate other members in office and family. Ravindra sir, would you want to ask the questions on your own?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Good morning,
Please go
ma'am.
ahead, sir. Yes, please go ahead, sir.
Sir, ma'am, I asked a question: how to motivate other office staff and family members about healthcare? Ma'am, please unmute. Volume.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, ma'am.
So, so you can also bring them to the session. You can also make them do these processes. And first, I think it starts with me. So when people see me happy, relaxed, calm, and energetic, enthusiastic, positive, it is said that one sun, see, just this one sun that comes up every day lights up the entire universe, isn't right? So that one sun can be me. It can start with me. So, see, we do not have, we cannot, by just talking or giving motivating speeches, change anybody. What we can do is bring about the change in me and spread so much positivity that in that light, everybody is transformed. I will give you my example. So, when I joined the Art of Living, I was in Symbiosis, Pune College. And when I did the course, my family members, my aunt and my uncle and all, they used to like really, they used to give me like, not only scold me, but they would just say, what are you doing? And today they have all done the program and they all are so thankful that I did it. So they saw the change in me and they all got motivated. I was very fragile. I'm telling you, I'm not the person who could speak in front of even two people. I didn't have confidence. Yeah, but all this happened because of the, all thanks to the art of living and thanks to my Guru, Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji, who gave this beautiful knowledge. And today, it is a part 160 countries, whether Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Europe, America, everywhere, every continent, we have our centers and they are all committed to making everybody, this whole planet, a happy place to live in. And I will end with one sentence which my Gurudev says. He says, a disease, just listen to me carefully, a disease free body and a stress free mind is the birthright of every single individual who is breathing on this planet. A disease free body and a, yeah, so I think it's 11:03, ma'am. Dr. Jeevaratna. Thank you, Dr.
Uh,
Ravi.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you very
Ma'am,
much.
I would just like to read out the last question from
Yes.
Anil Kumar Hagargi, and
Sure.
he's trying to find out. Like I ask, ma'am, that a lot of younger generation going through suicide as an option. What is ma'am's suggestion to it? How to create them interested in life?
Okay, one thing is that I will share our helpline. We have an Art of Living helpline for everybody who is undergoing mental stress, okay, and have suicidal tendencies. So we have counselors on phone. You cannot imagine, like if I give you the figures, you will be amazed what transformations have happened. So at least we can talk to them and we can change their mindset. We can definitely do that. And secondly, I will request if you can bring them to the program, where we are teaching these technical way of dealing with the mind, the breathing, the Bhastrika, the meditation. Okay, that is the only way. So two ways. One is you take our council helpline, and secondly you suggest that the person comes for a. I hope that answers the question. If you have anything further, you can contact me personally also. Okay. Yeah.
I'm Madhukar Desai. Can I ask one question?
Sure, sir. Sure. Please, Madhukarji.
Ma'am, just one thing that we discuss lots of things about human beings, and we do lots of exercises and yoga and meditation and whatnot to keep our health good. On the contrary, we just do not take care of our surroundings, our environment.
Correct.
So we need to take care of our environment also, so that this free planet and water, each and everything which is getting polluted, and air is getting polluted. Delhi is suffering as choking like anything. Metro cities are choking. So we are not concerned about these. We should be concerned about more these things, because otherwise we cannot live healthy. If these things are not good, these things are not working properly, we cannot breathe, we cannot do anything. So I think we need to do something more than that. Our health, we should take care of our environment also.
I agree. I completely agree, sir. And you will be happy to know that the Art of Living Foundation is also day and night working towards this. So recently, in the last 3-4 years, we have rejuvenated about 45 rivers and its tributaries. Those rivers had run dry. So we got in touch with the government, and along with them, our volunteers, we did desilting and all and rejuvenated. So thousands and lakhs of farmers are now getting water. That is number one. And we have also tied up many years back with the United Nations and part of their Millennium Goals. So we planted about at one go 35 million trees. And even now, continuously, we are doing organic farming training to the farmers. So unfortunately, I don't think I should say this in the platform, but it's so good to see you that you are sharing this. So I'll share with you. The media is only interested in seeing negative thing. The positive thing also they should show, so that it can give hope to people. So others are also inspired to do positivity, So maybe as a group, we can definitely do something.
Yeah, if we take both of planting at least one tree in a year and take care of that tree that should grow, that would be a great effort from our side. If we do, all of us, if we do that thing, that would be a great thing. Because
that is so nice.
Yeah, organizations are doing these things. Everyone, NGOs are doing these things. Government is funding. All the governments are doing these all things, planting trees and water reservation, water conservation, everything, rain harvesting, everything is happening. But until unless individual level, we are not doing anything, that's not going to serve the purpose, basically.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And we should plant at least a tree in a year and should take care of that tree, that it should grow to a level it should.
Yeah.
That would be a great effort from our side. I think so.
Actually, we should plant 16 trees a year. We should plant 16 trees a year because we consume the oxygen emitted by 16 trees.
Okay.
So it is good that we plant 16 trees a year.
Okay, fine. That's
it's
fine.
easy. We will please be in touch, sir. We will definitely together, we can do some project to make
Yes.
people aware and make people, yes, we will
Right.
surely do that, sir. We are with you. I am with you in
Thank you very
this.
much.
That was really nice, ma'am. Like, somebody highlighting about environment, because above all, when we say health and happiness, we need to have a good surrounding around us. And the questions asked by participants were really interesting. It was really, nice to talk something from soothing efforts to a mind, as well as going ahead, environment, education, then again an individual effort. And I think that's how, when you
I
were
think
talking
the
initially, you said about
participants
the
are
steps.
very, yes, I think the participants are very receptive, very aware, and it was honestly, I'll tell you, one of its kind. I loved, the way people talked about music, about environment, and the questions that were asked was so intelligent and so good. So I think the start is very good, and I think we should not kind of part our ways after this session. We should be in touch with each other, and good people should together do something good. It will
Surely,
have a
ma'am.
better impact society.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you so much, ma'am. So